Now, in the first reading of today, dear friends, I want you to understand something. From the little that woman had to give, because that was all she had to depend on, she and her son. But when the man of God said, please permit me to read it again, this is what happened. And Elijah said to her, fear not, go and do as you have said. But first make me a little cake of it and bring it to me. And afterward, make for yourself and your son. For thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, the jar of meal shall never be spent, and the pitcher of oil shall never fail, until the day that the Lord send rain upon the earth. And she went and did as Elijah said, and she and he and her son and her household ate for many days. The jar of meal was never spent, neither did the pitcher of oil fail, according to the word of the Lord which is spoke by Elijah. This was what was supposed to finish at that instant, at that moment. But the earth, until the rains started again. Now, if you read further, you discover that the widow lost her son, that her child. He died. And Elijah, after benefiting from this family, did what? Interceded. He carried this child upstairs and prayed for him. And the child was brought back to life. Generosity pays. Even if the reward don't come now, it will surely come. So when you do any act of charity, do not do it grudgingly. Do it with a sincere heart. Do it openly and honestly, because you know you're not expecting, but it will surely come. I will end by telling us a story that I told them in the first reading. Which story that a lot of us may have heard about it. About a certain lady who was working in a meat factory. Now, on this certain day, this lady went to check something in the cold room where they were keeping their meats and so forth. And as providence will have it, the door of the cold room shut behind her and left her inside. Now, you cannot open, there is always the handle outside. You cannot open this cold room right from inside. You cannot. Now, it was almost time for closing hours. People were going. They were going. And she was there struggling, hitting. And since it was soundproof, nobody will hear you. She did virtually everything to make sure she reached out to people outside. Nobody paid attention. Lo and behold, when she got to her breaking point, she had given up. She felt that was her end. That was when she saw the door of the cold room opened. Who was it? It was the gate man. How did you know I was here? Gate man said, I have worked in this place for 35 years. I have met so many persons. People come in and go. I know how they treat me like nothing. But you are among the few people that when you come into this place, you say, good morning, how are you? And before you leave this place, you say, goodbye, take care of yourself. And when you came in this morning, you told me, good morning, how are you? And I've been waiting and looking forward for you to come back and tell me, good night, take care of yourself. I have waited and waited, you're not forthcoming. That was why I started doing what? Searching. Just this little kind of act of kindness, act of generosity, saved the woman's life. As you go home, dear friends, know that God deserves the best. Whatever you want to give God the best. And that it is not by the size of the pocket, it is by this good, how good the heart is. And remember also, whatever you do, there is always a reward. I believe in God.